There is evidence of disregard for the health and safety of others.
President Trump would have likely been contagious for up to 2 days prior to his positive test. That means anyone he had contact with at Tuesday's debate or Wednesday's rally in Minnesota could be at risk.
Contact tracing is underway this morning for more than 200 people who may have been exposed to the coronavirus at a New Jersey fundraiser for President Trump last Friday. The president traveled to the fundraiser despite the White House knowing before he left Washington that a close aide had tested positive for the virus.
The Trump campaign also never told the Biden campaign about any of it, even though they had just been debating a few feet apart while Trump was likely contagious, which honestly is surprising. I thought that if anyone would know the protocol for informing partners that you may have infected them, it would be Donald J. Trump. In fact, this is probably the first national security secret that Trump has actually managed to keep a secret. He won't tell you he might have COVID, but brief him about a new weapons system, and on Twitter he'll be like, "We got a new missile that's totally unstoppable unless you know the secret code is 32495, ###. And if downplaying the virus was on brand for Trump, well, so was what came next.
The president's doctors and White House officials have been giving confusing and conflicting information about the president's condition all weekend.
On Saturday, White House Dr. Sean Conley repeatedly dodging questions about whether the president was so sick he needed oxygen.
Yesterday and today, he was not on oxygen. Thursday, no oxygen, none at this moment. Yeah, and yesterday with the team, while we were all here, he was not on oxygen.
But now, Conley says he did actually administer oxygen to the president on Friday at the White House after his blood oxygen dropped.
I was trying to reflect the upbeat attitude that the team, the president, that his course of illness has had. I didn't want to give any information that might steer the course of illness in another direction, and in doing so, it came off that we were trying to hide something, which wasn't necessarily true.
Conley also caused confusion by suggesting the president was initially diagnosed Wednesday. The White House later claimed Conley misspoke. And Chief of Staff Mark Meadows has also contradicted himself.
He has mild symptoms.
Saying that Friday and then admitting the very next day that in fact the president's vital signs had been very concerning and we are still not on a clear path to a full recovery.
Do we have an accurate picture of how the president is doing?
Well, the answer is no.
We just don't know what condition the president is in right now. Because while Trump's spin team is painting a rosy picture of his health, outside experts say all the medications that Trump is being given suggest that he's not doing that well. But then again, there's also the possibility that Trump doesn't need all the drugs he's getting, he just wants them, and the doctors are too afraid to say no. Give me all the pills, all the oxygen, and while you're at it, give me a boob job. Because people, these drugs are no joke. Like for instance, just the steroid that he's on, dexamethasone, is wild. Like, listen to this. They say it can cause bad side effects like confusion, delirium, mania, irritability, mood swings, and feelings of grandiosity. Are we sure Trump wasn't already taking the steroid? As always, the thing Trump cares most about is how he looks.
The president himself tries to project an image of recovery, releasing photos and video taken inside Walter Reed.
It's been a very interesting journey. I learned a lot about COVID.
Overnight, the White House released these photos of President Trump appearing to work in the makeshift office set up at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. You see the one taken at the conference table and one from the presidential suite where he filmed last night's update.
Editor-in-chief of the Air Current, John Osterauer, says that he took a closer look at the data embedded in the photos and found while the photos appear to have been taken over some extended period of time, they were actually just 10 minutes apart.
Critics of the president are questioning the authenticity of these photos, pointing to the blank piece of paper he appears to be signing with a Sharpie.
Yes. Basically, Trump staged these photos just to make it seem like he was busy at work. So what we have here is a rare case of pics and it didn't happen. Then again, maybe Trump wasn't busted at all. Maybe this turned out exactly as they intended. Okay, Mr. President, we're gonna take some photos of you now, so just do what you normally do in the Oval Office. Oh, you guys mean pretend work? Okay, got it. Scribble, 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 policy. Policy, scribble, Iraq.